Welcome to Three's Global Wellness Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight, where you can expect to get some great knowledge from a health and wellness coach and testimonials from real people getting real results. I am your host, Kassy Havel. I am a nurse of 25 years, and wow. The proactive wellness journey was something that I never expected to happen after being a part of modern medicine for over 2 decades. But you know what happens? You don't appreciate health until it's gone. And even being in the modern medicine realm and seeing other sick people, I just didn't think it would happen to me or my family. And it did. It happened to my husband. He experienced a huge health crisis where his body decided to attack his nervous system. And we spent a lengthy time in the ICU and in med surg, and then finally got home and spent 6 to 8 months in physical therapy and occupational therapy. And they were like, he is doing amazing. And you should be so grateful that he has come as far as he's come. Well, I was a woman in my 30s with 4 teenagers at the time and a husband that sometimes forgot he had kids. So for me, I didn't feel like that was normal or was okay. I had spent 60 to 80 hours every single week giving back to other people's family and helping them in their crises. And here I was having a chronic crisis. And modern medicine just basically told me I should be grateful that he recovered as much as he did. But because I knew in my heart that that wasn't the answer, that we shouldn't just accept that. I knew there was something else out there. I just had no idea what it was. And after lots of research and talking to lots of people, I found proactive wellness. And I'm super excited that you guys are getting to experiencing that today, because if I hadn't experienced it in 2 decades of modern medicine, I know you guys didn't either. So I'm super excited that you get to hear from one of my really good friends. We met through this proactive wellness journey, but she is a health and wellness coach. And I know that she is going to share some great wisdom with you guys and lots of amazing things. So get your pens out, because you are not going to want to miss this. Marisa, I would love for you to join us right now.
Hi, Kassy. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you back on here. I know that you bring a world of lots of knowledge and lots of experience. So first of all, most people don't know, and again, you have a bunch of initials behind your name. So when I say a health and wellness coach, you are so much more than that. You do integrative health and nutrition. So why don't you tell us what it is? What do you do?
It's always hard for me to describe what I do because I wear many hats for many people, but I'll give it my best go. Really, my goal is to partner alongside of people to meet them where they're at on their wellness journey and with a holistic approach, and give them the support, sometimes the silence, the tools, the ear that they need to empower themselves to where they want to be and go on their wellness journey. And so it's like really like partnering alongside somebody. And that looks really different for every single person. And it's a very holistic mindset in what I do, that what we do here at Three is a piece. But to really like find wellness is, it's in everything. It's in spirituality and relationships and physical activity and mindset. It's like there's so many components of it. And so that's kind of like a little look at what I do. I tend to work with a lot of women in business that have very active lives, often have children. And the other half of my clientele tends to lead towards a lot of chronic illness and autoimmune, really trying to find ways to partner with their medical teams, which is, we'll share later about why I love our product so much and how we're able to do that. But partnering with their medical teams to really help them make the lifestyle changes to improve their quality of life. And oftentimes the improvement goes well beyond their expectations of what they thought was possible, like your story.
Right. I remember in nursing, they talked about holistic. Like, I had this idea of what holistic, like looking at the whole body, what it meant in modern medicine. And it's so amazing to me that during those decades of nursing, I thought I was giving holistic care until we were the ones actually receiving it. And there's just so many pieces missing, and a lot of it is ownership of our own health. Like, I just lived on the pretense that it wasn't going to happen to us. That's going to happen to other people. Do you experience that a lot? People having that mentality?
Oh my gosh, 100%, 100%. And I was one of those people. And I think a lot of times it's that people don't know, right? So like, we lack the knowledge and we trust a lot of things to be okay that aren't. So there's a lot of due diligence involved to really protect your body and your mind and spirit. So for me, a lot of times people come in, like one of the most impactful statistics I think that I share with them is that 95 to 97% of all chronic illness and disease is environmentally related. So it's not predetermined. And people think, I hear so often in my business, oh, this runs in my family. My mom had migraines. My dad had migraines. My mom had lupus. My aunt had lupus. My grandma had, like, it's whatever it is, whatever the thing is. Oh, like bad teeth. Like, and so it's breaking down those mindsets and helping them understand that you was not predetermined genetically for you. There's an environmental switch, and sometimes that is trauma. Like, sometimes it's things we don't think about. Sometimes it's trauma. Sometimes it's sleep deprivation. Sometimes it's nutrition. Sometimes it is toxic exposure. There's so many pieces that trigger that environmental switch genetically for people, but it can be turned off too. And so when they fully understand that statistic, that only 3 to 5% is predetermined and 95 to 97% is something that they potentially can have control over, it's really empowering. It can be a little scary, but it's really empowering to be able to break the cycle.
Yeah, I remember when Guy got his condition, it was really rare. It was a rare condition. And his mom said, that's just how we are. We all get the most rare things out there. There's nothing that you can do to prevent it. And through the research, finding out that if you can mitigate the malnutrition, the toxicity, the oxidation, the inflammation, you dramatically decrease the possibility of that happening. But you're right. We all fall into that idea of, this is what my parents had. So it's just, I love the normal.
Yes.
I hear that all the time from people. It's just normal because it's in my family.
Yes. And people accept that they have to live that way. And the body is a miracle. Like, it has miraculous healing abilities. And anybody who takes the time to think about, like, we've all been cut somewhere. Everybody has had a cut on their body somewhere. And just the ability that heals, so that applies to everywhere in the body. But when you lose the belief of it, then you lose the action in taking care of it. And accepting that something not good in your life is okay because it's predetermined, you have no choice, then it perpetuates it and then it exacerbates it. And so it's a lot of really sharing that there are things you can do to really support and make shifts and feel better. So, and we have some amazing things here at 3 to do that as well.
Yeah, I mean, so that leads me to my very next question of what, with all of your experience and how you've been helping people for quite some time, what made you decide that 3 was a great partner for you?
So many things. Um, so many things. So I'll share a little bit and I'm going to be fully transparent. So I hope it's okay. I hope it's okay and what you want.
Go ahead.
Um, I had my own autoimmune immune journey like 11 or 12 years ago, and that's what led me down this path myself, and so it was very transformative for me. And then people just started asking me, can I help them? Because they saw the transformation. They're like, what were you doing? I mean, I was really sick, and then I was just a very healthy, vibrant person. And so the coaching started kind of organically in that way. I was a full-time equestrian professional for a very long time. And so it was a lot of my equestrian friends, professionals, clients that I was helping. And then they had a friend that I have a friend, can you help, can you talk to them? And so fast forward, and my daughter experienced something, a health crisis at 15 months old. And not only were we looking for alternatives, I was also looking for an additional source of income. And at that time, I was going back to school for integrative nutrition and health. I was going back to school to sit for my board exam, and doing these things. And so as I grew, like I ended up more in the nutraceutical world because it served us in many ways. And then when 3 launched, I was like, I'm a science nerd. So the answer is I already have seen the capabilities of a good nutraceutical. And then to have it come into a space with all the science that we have here backing it, with all of our products in the prescriber's digital reference, with complete transparency. It's insane actually how transparent our company is with the manufacturing certificates, the CGMP. I was like, yes, 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 and yes. Because I do have clients that I work with their health. Like I do work with some clients directly that don't want to be in Western medicine anymore. It's failed them. And I have a lot of clients that I'm working with rheumatologists and with their physicians and their GPs. And so for us to be able to leverage something occasionally to support their body that their physician can take a look at and be on board with and see the impact is like amazing. So everything about 3 is amazing to me. And that's just the science part of it. There's the authenticity in our leadership and just the quality people and the incredible community. So it's like the whole package, and it's a phenomenal thing for me to be able to have and share with others.
Yeah, I mean, I love that every single product is in the physician's desk reference. Like I work with a ton of physicians, just because, my background for 2 decades was in modern healthcare. So I have a lot of connections that I've made over that time. And, a lot of doctors ask me questions. And when I send them that all the products are in the physician's desk reference, or I have people that want to talk to their doctors about it, and it's in the physician's desk reference, which means that it has the lab analysis, the clinical studies, the absorption studies. Like it's just verifying that what we say is in the product is actually in the product. And the physicians have that right at the palm of their hand. And they just find it amazing that in this nutraceutical space, it's very rare
Very
for
rare.
nutraceuticals to be in a physician's desk reference.
Yeah, it's mostly pharmaceuticals, and there's a small amount of non-pharmaceuticals, and we're actually the only company that has all their products currently in it. And I'll share too that it's not just about validating that what we say is in our product is in it, but also that it is gold standard research backed. So like peer reviewed, published research backing the ingredients we use for the things that we are supporting and saying we're using them for. And so that is actually like really, really, really important and very validating. And I think it's amazing.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So if you were to have to pick a favorite product,
I hate this question.
I know, because how do you choose? Because
I
there's so
know.
many see. But I am
It's
going to put you on the
so
spot, and I'm going to make you tell us. You can pick two. Okay,
okay.
so maybe two.
Oof. Okay. So I'm going to go from the personal. So
Yeah.
I'm going to share personally, and then I'll share maybe my two favorites for clients. Personally, oh God, even that's hard.
I know it's a hard question, but I really want to know your answer.
Personally, I think for me, it is Purify is definitely one. So definitely Purify. And I'm so torn between Vitality and Collagen because Vitality gave me food back and Collagen gave me my knees back.
Yeah, how do you
So
choose? How do you
it's really
choose?
hard to choose. But I'm going to go with Vitality, I think, because it's just the foundation that everybody needs. I mean, I really do believe that. It's so foundational that, and it's probably one of my favorites for clients too. And then it would be God, it's so hard for me to pick two. I'll give you my favorite four, and that's the Vitality, the Purify, the Eternal, and the Revive. Like Revive is so impactful. And because I work in a space where a large portion of clientele is in that chronic illness, autoimmune, like those four are like gold working
Yeah.
together to help someone's body reset, restore their gut, restore healing. They're really turning off the fire, like turning off the inflammation, helping the body naturally do that. Like it's those four are really gold in my line of work with in that realm with but then it's like
Yeah,
the Vitality is like actually I have had a lot of so the other half of my clients are the busy women in business with kids, sometimes single, and their stress levels are high and they cycle through depression at times. And literally, we can't say that our products heal, cure, diagnose, any of those things. But just when your body has the right nutrients that it needs to perform, like your mind is not disconnected from your physical body. It's all one. Like to treat mental health separate from physical health is just, it's an oxymoron. It doesn't work. It's all one.
right.
And
Right.
so nutrition deficiencies can cause mental health issues. And so if that's the cause and you restore it, people feel better. And I've had a lot of people fall into that category. So yeah, that's just my little side rant there, I think.
Well, I would definitely agree with you. The foundation, that's what I call them, the foundational four. Like if you know me and you've talked to me at all, you're gonna hear me say the foundational four because I really believe if you're addressing the four things that disease processes stem from: malnutrition,
Yes.
toxicity, inflammation, and oxidation, you are providing your body with all the tools that it needs to do to heal itself. Again, we are absolutely not saying that we cure or treat anything, but what we do find are there these huge health transformations when you've addressed those main things. That as a society, what you talked about, the environmental factors, as a culture, we have created this. We have created this deficiency. I read a study not too long ago because I really wanted to know why doctors said, if you drink one glass of red wine a night, it's really good for you. It's very healthy for you, right? And I read a study about it. And, maybe in the 1800s, there was enough of the nutrient resveratrol that comes from grapes to actually, make some difference. Now, the bottle of wine that has the most resveratrol from the best grapes that you could find, it would take 400 bottles to equal the nutritional value of the one glass of wine that they talk about. I mean, you're just like, okay, well, so maybe it decreases stress. Okay, so maybe that's why they tell people that, I don't know.
But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't. Like it might for the short term, but actually in the long term, it perpetuates the stress cycle. So yes.
Right.
And honestly, there's so many other factors, right? This goes back to that holistic approach where I feel like this has been coming up a lot in conversation that I've had recently. It's not just one thing, and I don't want to bring up anything controversial, but we can all think of some things where people say this causes this, or this is doing this, or this is a bad thing. And like, can those things be a thing to trigger? 100%. But really, the reason why they are is because our baseline is so poor. And it's because we have all the things. We've got the environmental toxins. We've got a lack of community. I talk about community so much because it's so important for health. We are disconnected from other humans. Like we're in a space that's weird right now where we are. And we don't even realize the toxin load. We filter everything. We heat everything at such high temperatures that we're removing all the things we need to absorb our nutrients. We're removing the nutrients. And so we have all these need states that we're in. And then, yes, something comes in and boom, something goes wrong. It turns into chronic illness, autoimmune, cancer. Like, so it's when people get really focused on one thing, it's not just that thing, and that thing can be it, but it's really that we're at such a baseline primed for being triggered by something, if that makes sense. Yeah. And so I really try to share that with people so they can understand the bigger picture and realize that there's a lot of different approaches for really supporting your body so that it's actually not going to be in that reactive, easily triggered state.
Right. And I love that 3 offers us the opportunity to provide something very simple where people can get that foundation and, you know, get their body in a state to where it can heal itself. And because of that, we do have those huge health transformations. So I'm going to bring some people on because I want to share some real people that this is happening to. And I'm going to bring on my very good friend, Colette. We met through this proactive wellness journey, and what I have witnessed and what I have heard from her about, you know, not just her personal testimonials, but things that happened with her son. I'm hoping that there she is. Claudette, I need you to take yourself off mute though.
Hi, Kassy.
Hey, Claudette, I'm so excited to have you on here because your testimony is so amazing. And I know tonight you're going to highlight what you've experienced with these products with your son. So I'm just going to kind of turn it over to you and let you share your amazing health transformation.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, like I said. And like you said, my son has autism. He has cerebral palsy. And with that comes, you know, and he's nonverbal. So, and with that comes some behaviors, being nonverbal, trying to get your point across and not being understood and stuff like that. So his behaviors looked like he would drop to the ground. He would pull hair. He would scratch. He would actually hit you. And, you know, that made us feel isolated at home, made John and I kind of resort back and just kind of not put ourselves out there to be able to feel kind of embarrassed, to be misunderstood, and to make us feel like he was rejected into society, basically. So fast forward a little bit, we were urged to go to doctors to try to find medicines to help us to get the behaviors under control. And that just led us down a really dark road with the medicines that we chose. We went through 8 different prescriptions, and it went from drooling to tearing things off the walls to I had double doors. They were pulled down. You know, you name it. He just was not himself. He would sit there and, like I said, he would drool. He would be lifeless. He would stumble. He wouldn't be able to walk around, just lifeless, walking like a shell of a person walking around doing, you know, just uncontent. He would sift through things, trying to find something to soothe his desire for a repetitive motion or something of that sort, and just could never find anything to appease him. his blood pressure would bottom out. We made several trips to the ER. And then that's where it finally, the doctors really didn't give me any resolutions, didn't tell me, hey, go seek this. They didn't tell me all the things that they should have told me besides take meds, let's stack them, let's do this. And then that's where I decided that I wasn't going to go down that road. I wasn't going to keep letting him be prone to something that wasn't having any success. And then I turned to looking into more of a natural wellness line. And then that's where I found our proactive wellness line. Fast forward him on our products. He is pharmaceutical free as of now. And he takes 3 of our products ritually every single day. His behaviors have dramatically decreased. I know one big thing, our school was an issue. Him getting off and on the bus, they'd have to bring in a medical stroller or something of that sort to help him go back and forth. No longer does he have to do that. He gets off and on that bus and he does it like a pro. He doesn't drop to his knees. His hitting has become very minimal now. We're able to take him out in public. My friends come over. They aren't shielded. They aren't worried. I'm not embarrassed. I'm excited to take him out places. Just little things like that. I guess they aren't really little things, but so we're making little milestones now, but they're huge milestones for us. And it wouldn't be without our proactive wellness line. So yeah, that's, it's given his life back and it's given us our life back. We're able to sit around, like I said, talk to people, feel like adults instead of always being isolated. And So
Colette, tell me the 3 products that he's on every day.
Every day he takes the Vitality. Every day he takes a Revive and he takes Purify. Purify is the newest one I've introduced to him. Like I said, I don't like to compound them all at once. So I gradually put him on everything. And every day that I put him on something new, a new milestone occurs. He is, like I said, he's nonverbal. He is babbling more. The other day he said, to me, it was a mom. I know it's a single syllable and stuff, but that's huge. And he does gestures and he's able to come tell us. That's another huge thing. He can follow simple directions now. He can take stuff to the trash. I could tell him to go get something out of the fridge and he will actually go do it. He can concentrate and focus enough to do all that stuff where before he wasn't able to. And he's doing really good with his peers in school. They take him to the gym all the time now. And where prior to this, his behaviors would limit all of that. He wasn't able to do all that. They just kept him just there. So it's really done amazing things for Braden and John and I. So without this, it's given us like all of our life back. So
well, I'm so excited to hear that. I mean, I've been a part of this journey with you, so I've heard it, but every time I hear it, it definitely speaks to my soul. Marisa, do you have anything you would like to say to Claudette?
I think it's just, your story is incredible, and I am so honored to hear it tonight. And I am so grateful that you're willing to get out of your comfort zone to share it, because there's another mom out there that it's helping. I mean, honestly, and it just goes to also, so because I work with a lot of women and kids, it brings kids into with some things, and it speaks volumes to the importance of nutrients. I mean, I share that with people all the time, and it's hard to connect the dots until you've experienced it, or you know someone close to you that's experienced it. But I also so glad to hear you're adding the Purify, because I think that's going to be a really amazing thing for you guys too.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Claudette, so much for sharing. I know you've made an impact. And I would like to bring on a really close friend of mine. I've known her for very many years, and I've watched her struggle with her health. And I'm super excited to have Mary come on and share her journey with 3 with you guys. Mary, why don't you tell us why you stand behind the 3 products and tell us exactly what 3 has done for you.
Well, first of all, thank you, Kassy, for y'all asking me to even be here. I'm hoping that somebody out there that hears my story, they're going to know, just like me, when I heard, some of these testimonies before, that, you know what, there is some hope. I had a really bad back issue. And when my husband took me to the doctor, I could barely walk. He had to actually help me get into the doctor. The nerves in my feet and my legs were basically just like going away. I had to literally, go to therapy, do the back surgery, get all that fixed, and everything was good for a while. And then, my hope was to always get off of the meds. I wanted to do something holistic and just be natural. I didn't want to have the grogginess. I didn't want to be tired. I was tired of coming home and getting on the heating pad every day after work. And so when I was invited, to listen about some of this stuff, it was like, and I found the proactive, wellness, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need. I'm healing my body from the inside out. And, there is hope. I'm continuing to lose weight. I'm close to 100 pounds. And so I am just, I'm getting there because I'm able to move again. And I have you to thank for that. I've continued to follow you, and, these products are amazing. They are amazing. I couldn't do without them. I couldn't.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, definitely watching your journey, watching you struggle. She used to, be difficult to just walk across the room, like she said, but she also is one of those people that she's a no stop person. So even when she was doing activities, she would have to sit a lot. She missed a lot. And that is the journey that I've watched her progress to, is that she's a lot more active. She's always been a happy person and a joyful person, and just all of those great things about you, Mary. But I love to see the brightness in your eyes, the fact that you have lost quite a bit of weight, but most of that has to do with that you feel better, so you do more, you move more, you walk more. Like, it's just amazing for me to watch you do that and know that just by sharing with you what I learned when I was trying to help Guy, it just transitioned your whole life. It's made you, be able to be more active with your grandkids and everything. I mean, I'm blown away.
Right. And, that's the thing. It's just, like I said, the hope of that one day it's going to get better. That's what I held on to. And I'm seeing it. I mean, I'm actually being able to enjoy my golden years now. So anyway.
Yeah. Marisa, you have anything you want to share with Mary?
I do. I mean, that's amazing, Mary. Congratulations on all of it. Seriously.
Yeah.
What are the products that you are using that you feel have been most impactful for you?
Well, I have to say, I don't go anywhere without my Revive.
Yeah.
and I love the collagen. That's helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I'm like you. It's hard to just pin it down to only 3. The Vitalite is really amazing. But the Purify has helped me a lot too. So
are you using all the products?
Pretty much. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I pretty much, there's a couple that I may use sparingly, but I have a set that I use all the time. So every month, gotta have it.
That's amazing. Well, and that's another reason why, the products are meant to go together. They're meant, they really are incredible when used together, when you have a lot of different things you're trying to support. And so you're just an incredible testament to that. Thank you so much for sharing it. And I'm happy for you. Congratulations. And I hope your journey keeps going where you want it.
Thank you so much. And the
Mary.
community is amazing. The support is just unreal. I love it. Love y'all.
I will say that when you talk about holistic, taking your body as a whole, factoring in that community factor,
Yes.
just, makes it so amazing. And through the community, that's how I met the next person that I want to bring on with her health transformations, which are going to be a little different than what we've heard so far. But Katy Jo, we've met a few months ago, and I'm super excited to hear from her. I personally know her health transformations and things that happened, because some of them have literally happened in front of my own two eyes. So Katy Jo, I would love for you to share with us your experience with the 3 products.
Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for being there for most of these episodes. But I love these products. I'm so glad that someone brought these to me at the end of February. I started taking them at the beginning of March, I guess not realizing that I was unhealthy or needing something else in my daily routine. I'm going to talk probably just about my 2 favorite. I don't like saying the word favorite because I do take all 6, but these 2 have drastically changed my life. And the first one is Purify. I just really think this is like something everyone needs to be on. Detoxing, especially, 5 organs, like what better can you get? I just see how it has helped me, whether it is my skin, feeling more confident with my rosacea, or hormonal acne, or whatever you want to call it, because we're all getting older. Like, I just really feel a difference with that product. And it also allows me to have an occasional cocktail on the weekend and not regret it the next day, so that's always a bonus. But it seems to be the one that I can sell the most, or, give my testimony the most. And I have so many people in my circle that it has changed their life. And I wish everyone would take this product and tell others about it, because it is changing lives every single day for the better. I thought that was my favorite until, like Kassy said, she witnessed, and after yesterday it happened again. I utmost can wholeheartedly say Immune is my very favorite. And you might ask why. I remember when I got my packet in the mail, there was quite a bit of Immune. I'm like, why? What am I going to do with these? I don't need this product, but I decided to take it because I have 3 kids. They're in school. We're exposed to who knows what every single day. So I was adamant to protect myself and protect them from getting sick with whatever was exposed that day.
Marisa, what do you have to say about, Katy Jo?
So first, Katy Jo, I'm going to suggest that you get yourself a prescription for an EpiPen to have on you.
She does.
And then second, I'm going to share that I've actually, I don't ever recommend it to people, but I've done the same thing. And so I'm allergic to bees and wasps and very allergic to hornets. So it's anaphylactic for me. And like hornets are really like EpiPen straight to the hospital. The bees and wasps, sometimes I can get away with and without the EpiPen. And I've also done the same thing where I have just taken a whole bunch of Immune and also Revive, and it has like stopped the escalation for me as well. I don't ever recommend it, but I will share what Kassy was sharing is that Immune is like such an incredible product, and Purify is, I shared it as one of my favorites too. Like Purify is just a tremendous product for so many reasons. And you talked about your was it psoriasis? No, something else. Rosacea. You talked about your rosacea and hormonal acne and the skin stuff, and all of those things are come back to hormonal, and also come back to like a liver that's not happy. People don't realize how the liver is the workhorse of your body, and it's the source of like all hormonal metabolism and regulation and all the things. And so Purify it's incredible for all those 5 filtering organs. So like your liver, your colon, your kidney, your skin, your lungs, right? But like for me, I always, when I share about it, it's about the liver for me, because it's so supportive of your liver, and your liver is literally the workhorse of your body. Like without it, you're having you're having chronic illness. So, so I love that. And that is definitely why Purify was helping you in all those ways. And it would help a lot of people in all those ways. And the immune is great because it's a modulator. So like some people that might have allergies or autoimmune would be a little afraid sometimes of immune products because they don't want to boost their immune system. But like that product actually modulates it. So it quiets an overactive immune system and it helps bring up an underactive immune system of someone who is maybe gets sick all the time. So that's what Kassy's referring to, that adaptive nature of it. And the liposomal quercetin, and that is just tremendous for allergies, and so many other things. There's so many amazing ingredients in that product, that it's a great one. So I thank you for sharing your story, Katy, and please promise me you're going to get an EpiPen.
She does have one. She does have one. She just didn't have one that day.
Well,
but we made sure that
I will stop changing purses so often and carry it with me at all times.
Okay.
Oh, so that brings us to a close of this Wellness Wednesday. It was such a good time. Thank you so much, Marisa and Katy Jo and Claudette and Mary, for sharing with us. As you know, Marisa and I kept saying, I mean, we are not saying proactive wellness is going to cure or treat your disease process. What we are saying is if you feed your body what it needs, it can do some miraculous things. And as you've seen tonight, creates a whole amazing health transformation for a lot of people. So we appreciate you guys. Before I close us out, Marisa, do you have anything to say to anybody out there?
No, I just want to say thank you guys so much for taking the time, sharing your time with us tonight and making the time to hop on with us. And Kassy, thanks so much for having me back again. It was fun again. So when you feel better, you do better, right? And that's really at the core of our 3 products. So yeah. So thank you so much, Kassy. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you guys. Everybody have a nice night.